Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, rock stars, we're gonna get through the real news before we get to the fool of fucking niggatry. First, we have to give a rest in peace to the ex-wife of Nelson Mandela. You guys know they divorced back in 1996. Winnie Mandela, she was also known for her anti-apartheid struggles, the movement, her mission in life in South Africa. She passed, and it was a shock to her family and friends. They're saying that she was in and out of the hospital recently with an undisclosed illness. However, no one had expected her to die. So when she did, yes, it did come as a shock. Most of us know and respect Miss Winnie Mandela as the activist that continued the struggle even while her husband was in jail. 27 years of their 33 years, I believe, of marriage. She continued the fight on the outside. She demands and deserves extreme respect from many all over the world. Current South African President Cyril Ramaphosa said about Miss Mandela, and I quote, "Even at the darkest moments of our struggle for liberation, Madam Winnie was an abiding symbol of the desires of our people to be free. In the midst of repression, she was a voice of defiance and resistance. In the face of exploitation, she was a champion of justice and equality," unquote. I encourage you guys to read up on Miss Winnie Mandela. She's had quite the colorful past, a lot of controversial moments in there. Still, even after all of that, she continuously fought the good fight with her steadfast activism for the voiceless and the powerless. She was 81 years old, I believe. She leaves behind 2 daughters that she had with Nelson Mandela. She did not remarry, I don't believe. However, she leaves behind, I'm sure, a host of family and friends and people who loved her all over this world. Rest in peace, Miss Winnie Mandela. Alright, rock stars, so by now many of you guys have heard about the story of Fabulous hitting Emily. That is his girlfriend, his fiance, his baby mama. They have been together for years and years and years. Even though we had heard plenty of stories about Fabulous's unfaithfulness, amongst other things, we had never heard about domestic violence. Last week, I think on Friday, the story came out that Emily had called the police on Fabulous because he had hit her. I think they said 7 times in the face, busted out her front teeth, and there was a confrontation. So the story got out into social media last week, and everybody had their opinions. Then a video surfaced of Emily and Fabulous having a confrontation in the driveway of their New Jersey home, I believe. Her father was there, as well as her brother, even though I don't think we saw her brother on camera. Something tells me that the brother might have been the one that was recording the video in the house. Somebody was recording inside from an upstairs window, and we were able to see what many of us have never really expected from Fabulous, and it was the rage of him arguing with Emily and her father, throwing out threats, and yeah, it was not a good look. Emily was recording with her phone. Security was out there, and he was keeping Fabulous from reaching Emily and her father. However, it was, plenty of threats. I got a bullet with your name on it, and him trying to get at Emily and Emily running. I mean, it was a mess. We didn't see any proof there of physical abuse. However, the report had already been made. Evidently, the story says that he was upset with Emily because he was in Los Angeles and she had shown up in Los Angeles unannounced. He did not expect her to be there. I guess maybe he was, up to his regular antics and was pissed that she was there and kind of maybe checking up on him or trying, maybe he was caught. So when he was flying back, that was when he was threatening her, letting her know that he was going, basically he was going to kill her, from what I understand. Enough so that she was afraid that he would make good on his, promise. And she called her father over to the house for him to come and get all the guns that were in the house. Okay, they say that Fabulous went in the house, was looking for the guns, couldn't find the guns, and then that was when we picked up on the video of them arguing outside of the house. So, and of course, this is all hearsay, people putting stories together. Not 100% sure if that is exactly how it went down, but that's kind of how I was able to figure out the story. I must say that I've always been I wouldn't say fan of Fabulous, but I like Fabulous. I liked his music. He always seemed the type, he definitely can't keep his dick in his pants, but I didn't strike him as the type to be this way. I guess that's how domestic violence works. Things that happen behind closed doors, you will never know. But still, the way that he always was in at least the public eye, I just never would have assumed that he would be this type of person. But that's what happens when you assume, right? I'm disappointed in Fabulous. Emily and Fabulous have had a tumultuous relationship. We found out about their relationship the wrong way when Kimbella told Emily that she was fucking him on Love and Hip Hop, the very first season when the show first started. So, and we can't forget the ass whipping that Kimbella received after that from Chrissy. But, there's always been this speculation on the relationship that why is Emily staying with him when there's been numerous times that we have heard that he has been out there having sex and having other relationships on Emily. And I had just kind of made it up in my mind that Emily was, maybe she was weak when it came to Fabulous and she wanted to keep her family together. She always said those kind of things. And I guess it was important to her to keep the family together and deal with the fact that he was cheating. But now that we hear talking about domestic violence, it's a whole horse of another color. The fact that she called the police and this video got out and everything, once the public finds out about your dirty secrets, that kind of adds a little bit more of accountability to it, and wondering if she is indeed done now. Fabulous did turn himself in. They're saying that he is could face 3 to 5 years in prison, a $15,000 fine. I believe that he probably won't do any time. He'll probably get some community service and he'll probably get a fine, but other than that, I don't know if I see him doing any jail time for this. I guess it'll depend on if there are other reports that the media did not know about. But still, just disappointing. And really, I feel sorry for Emily, and I hope that she has the strength to leave him if indeed the stories are true of him hitting her. Yeah, the video was not a good look for him, and I'm sure it was something that he would not have wanted the public to see. The video went viral, obviously, and everybody weighed in and had their opinions. Now we have celebrities that are coming out in support of Fabulous. The Game, you guys saw, he just tweeted yesterday or put on Instagram that it was shame that this black family was being torn apart in social media, that this black father is, being portrayed the way that he is in front of his children, his 2 boys, his daughter who has to see, her stepfather in this way. And, he kind of continued on, kind of put it on us, the people who are watching him threaten to kill Emily and her father. And of course, everybody jumped all over the Game because, first of all, yeah, it's unfortunate that the video got out. Nobody wants to see that kind of thing, okay? It's embarrassing for everybody involved. However, like we tell reality stars all the time, if you didn't do the shit, then it wouldn't be out there for people to see, okay? And if you weren't out there cutting a fool and threatening to kill your baby mama and your whenever-to-be father-in-law, then those images wouldn't be out there for your children to see. Were the children even home? They probably saw it firsthand. We're not going to have much sympathy for a person that we just heard a story that he knocked his, the woman that he supposedly is in love with, her 2 front teeth out. So Game can miss us with the bullshit. He did come out and try to clean it up and say he wasn't justifying the fact that, supposedly he hit Emily. He was more so saying that the images shouldn't be on social media. And again, that might be true. However, you're a celebrity, okay, you wilding out like this, these things are bound to get out, and then you got to deal with it. So I can't really feel sorry for Fabulous in that moment, and we just gonna have to give Game a nigga please. Then we got Lil Mo coming out And she says that she's going to Olivia Pope this situation before she lets her brother go down. I don't really know what that means. Can't make this thing go away because it's out there. Everybody saw it. You know, the stories are out there. Some of them may be true. Some of them may be false. However, it's not going away. Okay, this is my whole thing with it. I understand that people have friends, and our friends do stupid shit, and you want to, you know, support them and be there for them at all costs. I would just more prefer that celebrities wouldn't say anything. You don't have to speak out on everything. Yes, I see you're trying to give the support and let everybody else know that you're supporting them, but I think it would be more important to just let Fabulous know that you are there for him, whatever he needs. All right, when you start making all these announcements and everything, it makes people bring on to the spotlight onto your own life, and Lil Mo got her own shit. She don't need to be dealing with Fabulous's mess. Don't have people start pulling out your dirt. All right, so it's just like, all right, Lil Mo, just be quiet. I will never want a family to stay together if the sacrifice is the baby mama got to be getting her ass beat behind closed doors. To me, that is something that will actually tear this family apart in the long run. Turning out kids that all they know is violence, and they will repeat that cycle. So, you know, it's too bad. It is too bad because this is not a good look for Fabulous. If Emily decides to stay there, then it might not be a good look for her. Okay, and who knows what might be happening in the minds of those children. Just terrible all the way around. I know Fabulous's brother is out speaking up and saying that everybody got the story wrong and all of that. And I mean, we willing to listen and wait for the real right story to come out. But as of now, what we do know, if he busted her teeth out, he threatening to kill folks, we can't feel too sorry for Fabulous. We'll keep our eye on it, though. We'll see what happens with this story in the future. What do you guys think about Fabulous and Emily's story, though? Were you surprised like I was that he was doing something like this? Or is this par for the course? You guys leave your comments about it below. So evidently, it was a leisurely day at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Los Angeles, California. I guess that's Santa Clarita or wherever it is out that way. Anyway, Blac Chyna was at Magic Mountain with her boyfriend, 18-year-old baby boy, YBN Almighty J. They say that she had some friends with her. She had her two nannies for her two children, Dream Kardashian and King Cairo, whatever Tyga's last name is. And they were enjoying the day. Dream was in a stroller, and there was a adventure park goer there who saw Dream in her stroller and thought she was so cute that she would walk up to her and grab her hand. Okay, I believe it was either one of Chyna's friends or the nanny who told her, look, don't grab the baby's hand, bro. Okay, and there was some words exchanged, some sort of confrontation, and next thing you know, there was an all-out brawl over the fact that somebody had tried to touch little baby Dream. It had gotten so bad that Blac Chyna was swinging the stroller that the baby had been in. Neither King or Dream was in the altercation. You didn't see them ever in the videos that came out. However, she was trying to swing the stroller at the people. I mean, she was pissed. And while this is not necessarily the ideal way to handle something like this, especially when you're a celebrity that continuously is in the media negatively for the most part, I can 100% understand when a motherfucker tell you, don't touch my damn kids, don't touch my damn kids. Okay, we don't know what the fuck you might be trying to do, especially with them being a celebrity. People are crazy out there. So I would imagine that people would have common sense enough to know, don't touch my children. Okay, it's the same as when you're pregnant and somebody walk up to you and rub your fucking stomach. That is the most annoying thing in the world, especially if the person isn't pregnant. So it's just common courtesy, common sense. Don't touch people's kids. You don't know them. Maybe if the girl had regular normal sense, and when you say don't touch a child, you know, you would think they would recoil and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. Okay, but when they want to try to, you know, confront you and argue with you, especially when they know you're a celebrity and now you're going to have an audience and all of that, then this is what happens. And it's unfortunate because now it's kind of fallen on Blac Chyna that, you know, she's out of control. Her children are not safe with her. She's always going to want to fight. The video that was surfaced, of course, was observed by everybody, including Rob Kardashian. Now they're saying that he is disappointed with the video, that this just confirms the concerns that he has with the safety of his daughter when she is with Blac Chyna. Even though they're saying that he's going back to court to try to refigure out the child support and the child custody, the story that I read said the lawyers have not received any kind of request like that from him. You guys know that Blac Chyna and Rob have joint custody. Remember, they just settled that not too long ago. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually there are some tweakings made to the custody agreement that they have. I'm not saying that Blac Chyna is or isn't a good parent, but the element that Blac Chyna finds herself in right now, where even to the point where people seem to want to come for her, unfortunately, it could affect the safety of her children. And they're saying that he's concerned about the, you know, the boyfriends and, you know, just the constant in and out of people in her children's lives that are always around her. So yeah, it's too bad. It's really too bad. But I really couldn't fault her for, you know, bitch, don't touch my fucking kids. And really, that is the bottom line. It did cost her some money. Evidently, the stroller that Dream was in was a company that she was being sponsored by. She was the face of the company, or not necessarily the face, but they were sponsoring her to, you know, have the baby in the stroller. It's like a little car. It really looked like one of them little cheap mall strollers. I honestly thought that she just rented that stroller at Magic Mountain when she got there. Okay, I keep saying Magic Mountain, but it's Six Flags Magic Mountain. Anyway, but no, this was a stroller that they had, you know, wanted her to use and get the gain the advertising and everything from that. So they say that they have dropped her because, I mean, it ain't really a good look that she's swinging the damn stroller that they are wanting her to, you know, use in this way. Okay, they didn't know that they was gonna be using the damn stroller as a weapon. So yeah, they was like, we got to let her go because this is not the image that we want of our company. I mean, that was understandable. But again, it's too bad because it's not like she goes out looking for trouble. Trouble seems to find her. And in this case, not necessarily the fairest thing, but she's gonna have to get some security. I don't know if she had security with her or if she just thought that, you know, her entourage was large enough that everybody was gonna be okay. But when it comes to them kids, okay, and you already know how motherfuckers are out there, get you a big ass security that was gonna push that lady off when she walked up to that daughter to begin with. And I'm talking about one of them securities that be up there on stage with the rappers, and as soon as somebody come up there, they clothesline their ass. She gonna have to get that kind of person, because you just can't afford to keep going through things like this, and you run the risk of losing custody of your children because of some shit that somebody else did. So that's it. That video was terrible, but I totally understood. Bitch, don't touch my kids. Ooh, child, I've been talking my ass off. Okay, next story. So I read up on this story today, and it makes absolutely no sense to me, but this family makes absolutely no sense to me. They're so fucking weird. Who do you guys think I'm talking about? Not the Kardashians, but the Braxtons. So evidently, Toni Braxton is about to go on tour. She's preparing to go on tour. Cigarettes and, what's it called? What is it called? Sex and Cigarettes or something like that. That's her new album that's out. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'll put it on the screen. She's about to go out on tour. You guys know that her sisters sing back up for her. So this would be no different for her. When I say her sisters, I mean Tracy, Trina, and Tawanda. This tour, they're including Tamar on the ticket as well. She's co-headlining with Toni. And there has been some sort of story that's dropped that Tracy has been kicked off of the tour. Now, from what I understand, Tracy was preparing her own new CD, and they were going to give her a 20-minute set or something, or she can get up there and debut some of her new songs and whatnots. But now, like I said, not only can she not perform the damn song, she can't perform shit because they done kicked her off. And now people are saying that it is because of Tamar. Haven't really explained why it would be because of Tamar. They're just saying that they're blaming it on Tamar, and that's pretty much all you get from the story. I did see Tamar had posted this long drawn out, I love my sister Tracy to death, she's just like me and we're spirit sisters and blah 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 blah. Okay, I just thought that maybe it was because of her birthday, but now it turns out it might have a double meaning, because everybody's saying that Tamar got her kicked off, and I guess they're saying that Tamar got her kicked off because her music is not up to par. But my whole thing is, why couldn't she still be just a backup singer? That's why I'm saying the story don't make no sense. I'm not sure if the girl is kicked off the tour. I'm not sure if they kicked her off because of Tamar. I'm not sure of anything. I'm never sure with anything with this damn family. Like I said, they're fucking weird. Nobody else has commented on it. I'm assuming the tour is going to still go on, and I guess we'll just have to wait till then to see if Tracy is back there. I don't know why Tamar wouldn't want her sister on the tour, unless there was some private shit going on. But Vince, the estranged husband, I kept calling him the ex-husband. They're not ex because their divorce hasn't gone through, but supposedly he is Tamar's estranged husband. However, he's still her manager, which just fucking makes no sense either. He says that it was nothing that had anything to do with Tamar. Okay, so again, weird, and I'm tired of them. I don't feel like trying to piece together no fucking puzzles to try to figure out what the fuck going on with the Braxtons. So y'all let me know, because I don't watch the show, and maybe it's some shit that went down on the show and the reason why they done got to this point. Whatever it is, you guys, y'all just put a bitch up on game. Why is it that they kicked the girl off the tour? Is it even true? You guys, evidently Safari was in Fort Lee the other day, minding his own business, when 3 men armed with guns held him and somebody that was with him, held him up, robbed him, had him go lay down on the ground, put their guns up to the back of his head, demanded somewhere around $185,000 worth of cash and jewelry off of Safari. His fur coat was still intact. I shouldn't be making a joke about this. The only reason why I can joke about it is because he did survive the robbery. There's a video going around of Safari fighting somebody off. The person supposedly having a knife or a gun. Can't really tell, but it doesn't make any sense that somebody is actually video recording Safari fight for his fucking life instead of helping him, or if not physically helping him, at least going to get help. So I'm not sure if that video is tied in with this robbery. I wasn't clear, and I didn't have time enough to try to figure out whether or not those two were linked. But like I said, he was robbed. I would have had my good cat eye on this story had they not caught the culprits. Okay, they said that the guys, right after they had robbed Safari called the police. This was around 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and so the police was in the area, and they saw a black Escalade like rushing off somewhere, and they didn't have any plates after them, so the police chased them, and they went onto the George Washington Bridge, and they chased them on there, and then they got off, and then they lost control of the SUV and ran into some like concrete median, and all of them jumped out. It was 3 of them. They were able to apprehend 2 of them by the names of Sean Harewood and Jonathan Ricketts, and then there's a 3rd one that got away. So they charged them with 1st-degree robbery. More charges are pending. Like I said, they're looking for that 3rd person. But I mean, if this was a Planet story for like Love and Hip Hop, they really went out their way to put up a storyline, right? So something tells me that this actually was a real robbery. That Safari was out there caught slipping. Okay, he went on to the Angie Martinez show and was so shook up, okay, got to crying about how he was just held up, and I mean, I would imagine somebody puts a gun to the back of your head, that shit is scary. Your whole life flashes in front of your eyes. That's what he tweeted, It's not a laughing matter, bitches ain't trying to be hard out here, nothing, okay? Motherfuckers just trying to enjoy their life with the fruits that the good God has given them, okay? Even though I always wonder why people want to flaunt what they have so much, okay? The jewelry and the money and the furs and the clothes and all of that. People are out there watching. If we ain't learned from Kim Kardashian getting held up at gunpoint out in Paris, then you know what? You ain't never gonna learn. He had somebody, his uncle just recently got killed from a robbery, so that's all he was thinking about. You best believe he will now move differently and good. And hopefully this will be an eye-opener for many other rappers and entertainers out there that do the same kind of shit, and not expecting to, motherfuckers want what you got. Okay, people still broke out here. People still envious, still jealous, still want what you have. Okay, so you got to protect what you have, protect your life. None of that is worth it. So I felt bad for him when he was up there crying, because I was like, but you didn't need to go on the radio, because you was still all shook up. And people were going to tease him about that, but it's just like, yeah, this was an eye-opener. You cannot be doing shit like that. And even though it happens and it happens and happens, people still continue to do it. But thank goodness Safari is safe. His friend that was with him is safe. I guess they're probably going to recover their money and their jewels, unless the third person who got away is the one who had all of the shit. It's probably just a matter of time before they catch that third person. But yeah, you got to be careful out there, Safari, and everybody else out there who loves to, flaunt for the gram. It's nice every now and then to show what you have and want to share those kind of things. But for the most part, keep your shit to yourself. Okay, that way you'll keep it a little longer. Hold your head up out there, Safari. They can't keep a good nigga down. And then lastly, you guys, Cassandra Damper. Now, on Easter Sunday, early in the morning, Cassandra Damper was in a parked car at a gas station with two men. I don't know what the man in the back seat, I don't know what his name is. However, Devin Houston was in the passenger seat, and for whatever reason, they had a handgun that they were playing with. They were doing it for they weren't doing it for the gram, but they were doing it for Facebook Live this time. They were on Facebook Live, and they had this gun, and they was laughing and playing and kikiing with this gun. And to make a long story short, even though supposedly the gentleman in the back seat and Cassandra thought that the gun was not loaded, it was loaded. So when she held the gun up to Devin's head and pulled the trigger, it shot him in the head. And again, it was all on Facebook Live. And in the video, which is very disturbing, after Cassandra shoots him in his head, she's sort of like, oh my God. And then she and the guy in the backseat jump out of the car. And that's that. Devin Holmes did not die, thank goodness. Even though he was shot in the head, it looks like he will survive that gunshot wound. Cassandra, she was charged with tampering with evidence. Okay, they say that she tried to wipe her hands of the gunpowder before the police arrested her. However, you're on Facebook Live, people saw it. Even if you did get all of the damn gunpowder off your hands, they was able to see on the video that you were the one that pulled the trigger. Now there's a story going around that it might not have been an accident, and that evidently the gentleman in the back seat and this Devin guy got into some kind of confrontation on social media the day before, and the guy in the back seat had kind of threatened Devin and said that he was going to do something to him. So there are some people that are saying that Cassandra and the guy in the back seat had a plan already to kill him, and if that is indeed the case, then I'm imagining those charges will be changed. Well, they have already changed her charges to aggravated assault with reckless serious bodily injury. They better be glad that the man did not die, okay, or she would have a first-degree murder charge on her hands. But yeah, the story is kind of weird, and everybody is kind of not sure if she did it on purpose or if she didn't. Why people are playing with fucking guns, what is happening in the world today, child, and on Facebook Live. See, this is the whole thing. Everybody trying to put their shit out there for everybody to see. I mean, you talk about a backfire on that ass, right? I mean, everybody sees her shoot him. And so there's really no way for her to get out of that charge. But like I said, Devin is expected to survive, and they got GoFundMe for him and all of that. If the police are investigating this news story about, there may have been some confrontation between the two guys, then maybe something else will happen with all of them involved. But yeah. Y'all gonna get y'all asses off these live streams, child. That's why I don't do them. I mean, I ain't gonna be out there shooting no damn body. But it's just way too many things that are out of your control when you're on live. In the meantime, prayers up for the gentleman that was shot, his family, and all of that. They have to deal with this. And Cassandra, bruh man in the backseat, I'm gonna need you guys. I'm gonna need y'all to do that.
Lucky Keeper, can I help you?
Hi, I wanted to place an order to pick up.
Okay, one moment. Okay, what would you like?
Okay, from the Dollar Sushi menu, can I have one California roll, one spicy tuna roll, one red snapper nigiri,
Red snapper, okay.
and one miso soup.
That be all?
That's it.
Okay, one California, one spicy tuna roll, and one red snapper nigiri in the soup. It's 6:43, about 15-20 minutes, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, rock stars, I should have ordered that a while ago. Now I got to sit out here and wait. Got to get on back to work, you guys. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.